wrong with me, but I'm so excited, just so excited. Welcome back to Black Girl White Coat. It has been a long time, y'all. Welcome back to the channel, Black Girl White Coat. We here. I'm Sandra. I'm back. It's been a long hiatus, but life got very busy, and third year is a hassle, you know. I'm always on somebody else's clock, but that doesn't matter because I'm here now. Welcome back to my channel for everybody who's been subscribed since I began in 2016 when I first started med school. It's 2019 and I'm on my way to finishing my third year of medical school. Like literally I have maybe 4 or 5 weeks till I'm done with third year, and then I'm gonna be a fourth year, and that's wild. But anyways, y'all, if you have been tuned in since the very beginning, I'm so happy to have you back. If you are new to my channel, new to Black Girl White Coat, new to me on Instagram or wherever else you met me, hi, I'm Sandra. I'm happy to have you on my channel, happy to have you subscribed, because I know you subscribed as soon as you click this. And if you haven't, please do it now. Yeah, but well. So recently I had opportunity to do a Instagram takeover where I got a lot of great questions about med school, but I also got some questions about, you know, how I was doing in third year, how do I deal with it, how do I do this, how do I do that, and I feel like this is a great place to talk about that with this life update video, because that's really what this year or couple months has been about. Not really a couple months, like 6 to 8 months has been about. A couple vlogs ago I discussed how I went through a pretty down part of 2018, which is when I like didn't perform as well as I wanted to on step, and I talked about the end of my relationship that had been like a going on 4-year relationship that I ended around the same time as well. So getting through third year after all of that was definitely something new for me, and it brought about it's bringing about challenges, and honestly it's making me stronger than I ever thought I could be, because this stuff is hard, this stuff is grueling, the hours are long, and I'm not gonna even lie, sometimes I'm just tired. Like if anybody ever tells you, like, another thing, okay, if you're new to Black Girl White Coat, I'm always gonna keep it real about med school. I know there are a lot of vloggers out here who are med school vloggers and who are like, yeah, you know, I love having the opportunity to go to, you know, countries and do mission work. You know, in med school, my curriculum is so favorable that, you know, I get to do, I just love to serve the needy. Okay, cool. And that's what their whole vlog is about, how they serve or how they help or how they learn or whatever. I'm gonna give you a little bit extra, because all that stuff is true. You know, school is great, like the education part is great, and we get to help people and we're learning to do this, learning to do that, but it's hard. It's hard. Med school is grueling, y'all. Like, so I will always keep it real. I'm always gonna keep it real with the struggles that I'm facing, struggles that maybe my classmates are facing, or some common things that I see in med school that I'm able to observe around me. So I always keep it real. So if you came here expecting, go to med school, you know, everybody needs to be a doctor, everybody needs to be a nurse, everybody needs to do this, do that. Nah, that's not really what I'm about, you know, that's not what I'm about. But I will keep it real. I will be transparent, and yeah, so let's take it back to what I've done so far. So like I mentioned before, I started off third year. So third year, you're in clinical clerkships, which are rotations. At least in my curriculum and in most curriculums, third year, you're in the clinics, you're in the hospitals. That's when you're really like getting your face-to-face time with doctors and residents and fellows and all that stuff. And it's basically, third year it's just a series of first impressions, people making judgments based on, you know, how you talk to patients, how you talk to them. And honestly, sometimes that can go very right or very left. Like it can go very good, and where, you know, you have an attending or a resident or a team that you really vibe with, you know, they're able to get your personality, you understand their personality, you make jokes when it's appropriate, you laugh, and, you know, you're silent when appropriate, and you just know all that stuff, and everything's just like ting, 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 ting. Like everything is like just in line and in sync, and I love being on those kind of teams, and it does happen in third year. However, there are also times, for me, luckily, thank God, it's only been a few times, where you're on a team and like your fellow classmates are just totally different from you, or like they're not who you thought they were in first and second year. Like, because real colors, true colors come out in clerkships when you're in front of attendings and you and your classmates are like, well, maybe not so much you, but your classmate is like, oh, I gotta impress him, you know, I want a letter from him, let me do all I can, let me impress him to the best of my ability. I don't care how you feel. I don't care how you feel. I'm going to make sure that he knows that I'm a genius. You know, we have classmates like that. And there are always people in med school like that. So when you get on a team like that, or maybe the attending is super rude or super just not fit to be teaching, or maybe the resident like just is overworked and tired and doesn't have time for you at all, or they're just mean or whatever, those weeks suck so bad. It just drains all the life out of you, because here you are as a student. The goal is to make a great first impression. No matter if you're going to that specialty or not, they have to write your evaluation at the end of the day, and you want to always put your best foot forward, show your best face. So yeah, so with that being said, being on those teams where just, I don't know, just fight and battle with this clash of personalities that's constantly going on in your group, whether it be between you and your classmate, or your classmates and the attendings, or like you're just put in so many awkward situations too. You see something that maybe you shouldn't have seen, and Third year is very, very strange. It's very strange. It's really entertaining, really fun. I'm enjoying the mess out of third year. First and second year, like, nah, you could have that. I don't want it. I'm good on it. I don't want to go back to step one. I don't want to go back to first year. I don't want to go back to none of that. Okay? I'm good in third year. I love being with patients. I love interacting with patients and my future colleagues and all that stuff. And again, thank God that I've found favor in the eyes of most of my attendings, where they always say something good about me and my patient relation skills and how much I'm willing to do for the team and how much of a team player I am, yada, yada, yada. But there are situations that just make it so much harder to just be your best self. And on top of that, it's not even the situation anymore. Sometimes you just are drained. Like, sometimes you just have nothing left to give. And when you have no gas in the tank, like, you know, you're not gonna make it. Like, you have to do something to stop and fill up. And so that's really what I've been trying to work on this whole year. Noticing when I'm running low, and how am I gonna feed myself? How am I gonna, you know, stay full? Like, I don't wanna have to be forced to run on a tank on E, all drinks on me, you know? Just kidding. But anyways, yeah, so far what I've done, I started off with OB-GYN, and then I went to family medicine, which was by far the hardest rotation. Actually, it wasn't the hardest rotation. It was the hardest board exam, the hardest shelf exam, which is what we call the test we take after every clerkship. That was the hardest shelf exam by far. I don't care what anybody says. It was hard. Blah. Okay. So OB-GYN, family medicine, psychiatry, which I loved, neurology, which I also loved, pediatrics, internal medicine, and now I'm on my final rotation, which is surgery. I think I said this before in some other vlog, y'all. I'm not about to be a surgeon out here. There's no part of surgery, I'm not even gonna lie to you, that interests me at all. Like, I've been trying to keep an open mind. If my mom heard me say that, she was, Sandra, I said don't say that thing. You don't know you don't know what God wants you. I said, Mom, listen, surgery's not it, bro. Fam, find me if you want to. I'm not gonna be a surgeon. You can't go tell your village people your daughter's a surgeon. I'm not gonna be a surgeon. Okay? I can't stand on my feet for 21 hours. I can't. I'm just not a fan of the OR or whatever. All that to say is I'm not gonna be a surgeon, but that is the current clerkship, the current rotation that I'm on. However, I did like psych. I did find it very interesting. It kind of broke my heart in more ways than one. I definitely have a newfound respect for psychiatrists. What they do is not easy, and it's definitely eye-opening to even just be in a psychiatric institution. That was an opportunity that I will never like take for granted, because I saw so many things that definitely put a lot of things in perspective for me. And then after psych was internal medicine. No, it was pediatrics. Pediatricians are cool. Pediatrics was okay. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, pediatricians are weird to me, and I know I have a lot of pediatricians to be on this channel, but again, I don't feel like I want children to be my patient population. One, it's really sad sometimes, and parents are kind of weird sometimes, and sometimes you have no control over that. Pediatricians say kiddos a lot, and that got on my nerves, so that's how I know I wasn't meant to be a pediatrician, because I cannot say kiddo 72 times a day. Hey kiddo, this little kiddo. Oh yeah, I remember that kiddo. That kiddo had, I'm tired. The kid is a kid or a child or that boy or the person's name. Like let's stop saying kiddo. You know, that's how I felt. But pediatrics was fine. The shelf exam was tolerable. After pediatrics, I went into internal medicine, which I actually enjoyed. I did not expect to like internal medicine. No, I just heard that internal medicine, all you do is round. You just round on patients from morning to night. Rounding, round up. And I was like, no, just hearing about this, I'm tired. Like, I want to do something. Like, let me put my hands on something. Let me be hands-on. So I wanted to be able to put my hands on something, and I knew internal medicine was more thinking. It's like everything you've ever learned in medical school is what it is. And you have to know a little bit about everything. You have to know, it's just so much. It's very, very broad. I don't know. I didn't expect to like it, but I went into it, and I noticed myself like actually enjoying myself. The attendings were great. The doctors that I got to work with were great. I didn't really have a bad experience. And I actually found it really interesting, to the point where I was like, you know, researching emergency medicine and internal medicine residency programs that were combined, like 5-year, 6-year programs. And I was really interested about that. Started asking questions. But yeah, so internal medicine, I really enjoyed. The test was pretty hard because it's pretty much like a mini step. It covers every part of the body, every organ system. So yeah, internal medicine was a challenge, but I learned so much from that rotation, like more than I've ever learned from any other rotation. And internal medicine has a lot of similarities to emergency medicine, if you ask me. The only thing is you don't do procedures. You don't put your hands on people or put your hands on things or anything like that. It's a lot of thinking and a lot of like theory and whatever, but it was really cool. I enjoyed internal medicine. That brought me to surgery, which is where I am now. And like I said, not going to be a surgeon. Ultimately, the point of third year is to figure out, you know, where you want to be or what you want to do, what path you want to take, what specialty you want to go into, where you want to apply for residency. That's the whole point of third year. That's the whole point of putting us in the clinics, putting us in the hospitals, and dealing with patients and dealing with attendings that are in these specialties, is to decide. And for a while there, I was like, oh, I'm not really finding anything that I can say that I want to pursue, like for sure. Like, what happens if that doesn't happen? What happens if I don't get to a rotation where I'm like, this is it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I think it's equally as important to like know that even though you're going through those rotations and you're not feeling that feeling, you're crossing things off. And I think the process of crossing things off the list, or, you know, being sure that that's not an avenue that you want to go down, like that's not an avenue you want to go down, I think that's as important as finding what you really want to do. So that's how I looked at it. That's how I've looked at the other ones. And then coming to surgery, you know, now I can say that, okay, this is not something that I'm going to be doing. However, we suture a lot in surgery. Suturing is definitely something I'm going to be doing a lot in emergency medicine. So let me practice, you know, let me learn about this. Oh, okay, this is the indication to send them straight to surgery from the emergency room. I am going to need to know that. Okay, this is the imaging modality. Do you have to do a CT, MRI, or ultrasound? Like, this is what you have to do first. Okay, that's important in surgery. That's also important in emergency medicine. So that's the headspace I'm in now, and I'm trying to like just implement that into every day, even when I'm tired, even when the surgery has lasted triple the time that it's supposed, even when a thyroid surgery is supposed to be 2 hours, has lasted 8 hours for some odd reason. I still have to look at it as, okay, this is preparing me for my future. There is something of value here. Yes, I'm annoyed. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, you know, lights are starting to move around my eyes and I can't retract anymore. I can't hold this anymore. I can't suction any more gas anymore, guys. I can't suction anymore. Even on those days, I still remind myself, look, you're doing this for a reason. You're doing this for a purpose. So the balance thing that I talked about earlier that I've really learned a lot about, I've made it a goal, a point to make it be more intentional about what I do. So I'm being more intentional about my spiritual journey, my walk with Christ, my relationship with Christ, being more intentional about getting involved in my church, Hope City. You know, if you're ever in the Houston area, come out. If you do, say hi. Being more intentional about being involved in church, you know. Also, I'm trying to make my family a priority, trying to spend more time with my mom, my dad, at least talk to them more often and be happy about talking to them, because there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, I'm drained, I'm tired. Like, all she's gonna do is ask me, you know, if I know that her friend's sister's daughter who got married in Canada that I met when I was 3, but do I remember? Tink, 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 tink. You remember her, Sandra? You remember her? She had a baby. How am I supposed to remember her, Mom? How? Even though that's all she wants to talk about, like, I try to be more intentional about picking up the phone, calling, or answering every call, and just letting her know that, like, I'm doing okay, I'm alive, because that's really what she needs. And then just try to spend more time with family and friends. That's about it. You know, nothing else really goes on in my life. I have fun, I go out, I rest, and then I go to sleep and I study. That's it. That's it. Follow me on Instagram so you can stay up to date on giveaways, on scholarships, on prizes, on t-shirts and all that good stuff. And yes, for everybody that's asking, the representation t-shirts will be back. The Black Girl White Coat Classics will be back. And they will be back this year. Do I have an exact day, time, month, hour? No, I don't. However, they will be back. So wait, be patient, okay? Okay, that's good. Yeah, good. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, smart. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, smart. Yeah, smart. But yeah, man, that concludes this vlog. It feels good to be back, I'm not gonna lie. I could keep talking forever, but y'all know my vlogs be too long, so I'm gonna dip here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Black Girl White Coat. Stay tuned because I have so much more in store for y'all in the coming weeks. Needless to say, the coming year, in Jesus' name. Yeah, man. Okay, bye.